After this base cabinet has been fully designed, we can create the remaining cabinets based on this one. To do this, I will first copy this cabinet and then select Paste in the original position from the Edit menu. This way, I will have another cabinet in the same location. Now, in the Z position, I can set the height according to the drawing, 40 plus 400 plus 40 plus 300, which accounts for the plinth, segment height, top, and gap. I confirm with OK, and now I just need to enter the correct width. When I create the upper cabinet from this object, it will have a width of 1100, and it will have 2 segments. I have doors here with a depth of 380. Here, I can now eliminate the settings for the top, as well as for the plinth, and here I also want the height to be 0, so that the Z value is not distorted. Now, I only need to enter the stops here. I can copy this segment with a trick, which is to use -1. -1 means that the last segment will simply be copied. If, for example, I had framed doors in the bottom segment and I created a new segment with -1, it would copy the last segment. However, if I used -2, it would copy the second to last segment. I don't need that now, of course, so I can simply undo it here. The result here isn't correct because I don't have any handles to address with an N. This N means no, as we can see here, N means no for no handle. And now with the R key for the X-ray view, we can see that the direction of stops is marked with a triangle here. I can show or hide this setting in the ElementsCAD/cabinet/display auxiliary lines menu. Now, I will go back to the right view and I can now copy this cabinet over here. I can use the Y key to zoom in on each area. I grab the whole thing at the corner and simply move the point upwards accordingly. Using the Control key, I can now create a copy here. I now move the whole thing in the Y direction according to the drawing, -400 to 304. Thus, I now have the correct position. I will now choose a width of 400. Here, I only have one segment, of course, we can also delete the upper segment here. We have a height, and this height is calculated as follows. We have a total height of 2,280. 40. 400. 40. 300. We can now adjust the handle position. For example, we can say that for the left cabinet, the handle position is not at the top but at the bottom. That means I can position the handle at the bottom here. And in relation to the bottom, we can have a distance of, for example, 480 millimeters. I confirm with OK. We can see here that it was a bit too much, but we haven't entered the height correctly yet. Let's do that now, 550, and then this handle position fits again, and also here 550. Here, you always need to be precise because the segment height of the old cabinet hasn't been adjusted yet. Based on this setting, we can also change the handle position here, in relation to the bottom, and here we also have 480 millimeters again, so we can achieve the same height easily. What we see in the pink background here is the so-called work plane. We can eliminate it by simply switching to 2D plan top view, and then switch back to the right view. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is creating the last cabinet. For this, I'll zoom out the area, and with Y, I can see the corner points again. I align the cabinet again with the red box, moving it over with the red box and achieving an exact position. Now we can see that cabinets should not be mirrored in general, as it can cause many problems, especially in CNC processes. The handle position wouldn't automatically be adjusted to the left stop or right stop. It needs to be manually adjusted in the cabinet's info palette. We can assign shelves to both cabinets, for example, and now we have completed everything so far.